So you might be stuck in a 9-to-5 job you don't like, thinking that you're wasting your 20s and 30s while everyone else on Instagram is living their best lives, creating videos, traveling the world, or becoming Pilates teachers. And then, like clockwork, a thought of quitting starts creeping in, right in about 3 days after you receive your monthly paycheck. But here is the truth. You don't need to quit your job today, or you don't need to buy an influencer course to feel better. I'm Elena, a certified psychologist and a life and career coach, and in this video I'll tell you how to tackle the real challenge, finding peace with what you do at your 9-to-5 job. I'll share proven strategies on how to go from barely tolerating your work to finding purpose and control. So let's dive in. So the first and the easiest strategy to implement is reprogramming your mind. And no, I'm not talking about vague affirmations like, I feel wealthy, I feel rich. No. Every day when you're having your first cup of coffee or tea, you sit down with a journal and write out how does your perfect day at work look like. And let me explain why it works. So when something happens in real life, there is a fact. And then our mind thinks somehow about it. So there is a thought. And usually, if you don't like your current job, your thoughts are pretty negative. And negative thoughts trigger most probably negative emotions. And negative emotions trigger negative reactions. And negative reactions lead to new circumstances. I don't know, you might be procrastinating, you might be angry with your colleagues and start speaking to them in a rude manner. So there could be a lot of things that your negative thoughts might be triggering. But this is how your mind thinks. This is not like a one-day fix. So sit down every morning with a journal and try writing out positive scenarios. Teach your mind how to think positively, and you will see results, trust me. Of course, you need to combine it with some other practices, but this is the basic and the easiest step. And trust me, you will like it. I was first very hesitant when my therapist suggested that I try this technique. But then, like 3 mornings in, and I'm loving this ritual. Literally, like I'm having my cup of coffee, I'm writing out my thoughts in the journal, and I come to work feeling better. So yeah, it works. So try it out for 30 days. The second strategy is really more like a point of reflection. Whenever you don't like something about your job or you feel triggered about the job, think, what lesson does this job have to teach you? And it happened to me many times that I switched jobs. So I came from one job to another, from one job to another. And the lesson, like the complaints were similar. So I wasn't learning the lesson that I was supposed to learn. And that's why nothing has been changing in my life. So decide on your lesson. There is no one true lesson that you're supposed to learn from a certain job. It's up to you to decide, whether it's deciding that you should put more priority into, I don't know, your personal relationships or your hobbies and just stop paying less attention to your work, because a lot of people are actually very hardly working and they overwork themselves and deprioritize all of the other areas. So for some, it might be this lesson. For others, it might be, oh, I actually want to become super successful at what I do. And I want to be able to solve challenges and have this like growth kind of mindset. And then start implementing this growth mindset at your current job. Nothing will change if you go to another job. You won't become a new person. So become a new person with your current job and you will see transformative results. So choose your lesson wisely. I have chosen mine and I have been doing some progress, I would say, in going through that lesson. So it is a really rewarding journey and I'm very happy that you are embarking on it. And the best part, once you learn the lesson, things start to shift so quickly and your life literally transforms. So you never regret learning that lesson. Even though my advice can be really helpful, you won't probably see an overnight change. And the reason being is that we sometimes project a lot of our previous experiences at our work, whether we had a dominant father who was putting a lot of pressure on us, or I don't know, we were abandoned as a kid and didn't feel that we belonged to something. It could really influence how we see our job. So for other people, they might have a completely different experience, but your experience would be literally like changed because of your previous experiences. This is called projection in psychology, and you can try to identify it yourself, but usually you would need a specialist to work with you. So if you would like to have the session for yourself, follow me on Instagram, and there I announce the slots for the free coaching sessions once every month. So you can get a chance to talk with me about your specific challenges and where you want to get in life and get some guidance on it. And the third strategy on how to find peace with your work is easier said than done, and it's about setting boundaries. So when do you finish work? Do you check your emails at 10 p.m. or do you check your phone first thing when you wake up in the morning? So it might be worse, really like setting the time that you are fully on at work and the time when you're fully off. The next question is whether you are saying yes to every project. You need to learn how to push back some of your manager ideas, and you don't need to be a people pleaser at work to earn your promotion. So you need to choose wisely. What are the highest priority projects? And then you need to say no to those who are lower priority. And lower priority might not mean lower priority to you, but mean lower priority for your organization. So you need to have this kind of strategic thinking and be open about talking what you can and cannot do. Without that skill, you would be overloaded with work, exhausted, and the quality of your work will naturally go down. So setting boundaries is not only profitable for you as an individual, but also profitable for your company. So master this and you will feel a lot of control over your life. And the fourth strategy is about focusing on people. Choose your stakeholders and build relationships with them. And now it's not about kissing their asses, it's about building trust and making your life easier. We can't be isolated in life to become successful, and power is in the agency of others. So learn how to develop win-win strategies, learn about people motivations, and try to tackle those psychological aspects of work. Corporate life is a lot more about politics and relationships than you think. Hate it? Well, I have bad news. Politics is everywhere. You need to learn to play this game to become successful. And trust me, when you start gaining the power to influence people and get their support for your goals, you will start liking your job much, much more. And last but not least, since this video is for grown-up girlies who have to pay the bills and take care of themselves, let's talk about putting the work on a scale. On the one side of the scale, put everything you don't like about your job. And you could visualize it or you could write it down on the paper, whatever works for you. So on one side, you write out the things you don't like, the colleagues you don't like, the processes you don't like. And on the other side, write out the things that this job brings to you. Maybe it's an ability to provide for some loved ones, or maybe you are living in a nice area inside the city, or maybe you are treating yourself to a nice trip every now and then. So once you put it out on a scale, sometimes it does help to reevaluate how you think about your job. But I wouldn't say that only doing that would really adjust your mindset. So this is work in progress. This is always work in progress. And of course, getting qualified helps fast tracks your journey to making peace with your work, or at least ensures that you don't run away from your problems and you make a conscious choice to leave the job that doesn't serve you for some reason, just might not be a fit, right? And pursue something better for you. So I really wish you find peace with what you do, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Give this video a like and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more content like this, and I hope to see you very soon. Bisous bisous.